What are you doing? Look at you. What do you got on? You're funny. You've got a robe. That's hilarious.
People have robes in their houses.
Truck drivers don't wear robes.
I'm Hugh Hefner.
No, wait a minute. He's got a wiener.
I'm a pimp.
You're a pimp. You're a funny pimp. Morning, guys. Did you see that video the other day where I was chewing gum like a camel? I'm over here in Des Moines now, waiting to get unloaded at 6 o'clock or 6:30 or something like that. Anyway, I'll show you what happened, right? About 3 weeks ago, I decided that I was going to get rid of that cough. And I've tried everything else, so the only thing it could be was cigarettes. So I took the cigarettes and I said, I ain't going to smoke for a while. Well, it's about a month ago. Went 3 days with no cigarettes. The cough totally went away. So I was like, wow, it is a cougher's smoke. A smoker's cough. All right. So for about 3 weeks now, no, it's 2 weeks, I've had 3 packs of cigarettes. I'm not hurting at all because I have Nicorettes. And they work. These are 4 milligram Nicorettes. And I guess you're supposed to chew them like you smoke, but I can't do it. I just chew 1 a day. And I'm really happy with that, right? Just really happy with it. But I got a problem when it comes to chewing gum. The more I chew it, the more I think, and the more I think, the more I come up with genius ideals, right? So it's like a thinking aid. I try not to chew chewing gum because of that, because I get carried away. Look like a camel. That's what I look like. So I'm going to make sure I'm not chewing gum when I'm making videos, because that means my mind's not even on the video. It's on other things, right? But anyway, I got to get in here and get unloaded now. It's 1,700 miles to Seattle, and I got to be there in 2 days. So I'll get there in a day and a half, right? You know I'm going to put the hammer down. She's going to put the hammer down. We were coming through Indiana yesterday, and I was like, boy, I feel like we're going awful fast. I didn't say that, right? But I inched over here, and I peeked at the gauge, and I was like, son of a bitch, she's going 71 in Indiana. There's a lot of 60-mile-an-hour speed zones in Indiana. So, I might want to slow it down a little bit, little girl. This is Indiana. And she looked at me like she was offended. And she was like, she's not a speed freak. But apparently it's starting to grow on her. She was moving. Let me tell you, she'd be knocking out 680, 700 miles a day if I let her. I better start keeping an eye on her. She's turning into a power driver. Maybe we can auction her off to the highest bidder. I don't know. No, that wouldn't work. I don't want a weak driver. All right. Right? Well, all right. We have unloaded a piece of our puzzle over here, and we're going to get on down the road. Someone informed me they need some breakfast. The breakfast of champions.
I'm someone.
You're someone. Someone that I still know.
I'm a late night hard-working girl.
That's right. A speed freak, apparently.
I heard you up here trash talking me. I heard you snicker, and I thought you was, and then I heard you snicker.
Me?
To yourself, and then I knew you was up here trash talking me, acting all pleased with yourself, giggling like a little girl.
I was wondering, we'll talk about it later today, but I was wondering how everybody feels about this darn...
Now, wait a minute. Mind you, I do go the speed limit through every work zone.
That's very important.
As everyone else passes me.
As you can see, my window is still cracked. That window is still paying dividends, guys. It's
got 2 new cracks in it now that you can't, or 2 new rock hits that you can't see now.
See, if that had been a new window, it would have been chipped out by now. And we ain't worked in 4 months. How's this stuff happen?
What do we
But-
feel about what?
I was thinking about those shots today.
What shots?
Those COVID shots and that what 98.9% not get it right or whatever. But what happens to that other 0.2%? Are those the people that are dying that they ain't talking about? Because I've known like 4 people or 5 people that I didn't know, but they were like my
From your
my
area
aunt's
or
sister
something?
or my aunt's cousin or my, people like that, right? That have died within 2 or 3 days of getting the shot of unknown causes, right? And I just wonder.
My town is what, like, says it's what? Says it's
7,000
more.
or 7,000.
It's probably 4,000 or 5, if that. There's a guy there that got the shot and ended up in the hospital the next day. Surgeries. Well, surgeries after the fact. I think he's still in the hospital from the shot.
I'm not taking no shot. I'm afraid they're going to mandate it, though. I really am. What are we going to do if they mandate it?
We are going to join the Mennonite Church.
That's it.
You hear that,
Ooh,
Sylvan? We're
yeah.
coming over there, buddy.
We can actually do that.
That's what we would do, too.
Yeah.
I'd have to get me some blue dresses and some head wraps to wear.
Well, maybe we can be like rogue Mennonites and start our own ministry.
We could.
Yes.
We could. I'm pretty sure Sylvan will let us come to his church, though.
Oh, yeah, he would. He would. I mean, the Amish told me we could go to church there if we wanted to. And I was like, wow, that's cool. They said anybody could come. They welcome everybody. I won't tell you the rest of what I asked them because it might not turn out so good.
You should not.
But they was okay with that too. They was like, well, hell yeah. We don't have none, but we'd happily take them, I guess. Talking about redheaded people,
Us soulless people.
The soulless people. Yeah. All right, look, let's go with some breakfast. I'm going to turn around here. I got to put my chains away. And I'll be gone. I'll see you guys somewhere in Idaho or something. Idaho.
Who's the hoe?
Idaho.
You the hoe.
Community service all the way.
Did you tell him who we saw yesterday?
Who we saw yesterday?
We saw Hairless Kiddo.
Oh, okay, well, we saw Hairless Kiddo over at Creek. All right. Yep, we sure did. So we was talking earlier, and what was your opinion about the vaccine? Because I personally am scared of it, but I'm afraid they're going to mandate it. I don't want nothing to do with it.
I think if people want to get it, that's fine. But I think that no health care should be mandated, period. And I don't know. Everybody acts like if you don't think it should be mandatory to get vaccines, oh, you're just so mean and selfish. Well, how far is it a jump to saying your kids have to get a vaccine to now you have to get a vaccine? It's the same thing. It's mandated health care. Technically, according to all the Fruit Loops, it's my body, my choice. So why is it not my body, my choice for a vaccine?
Right. Well, I mean, that's what I was thinking. And like when they came out with DEF, right? After years of extensive testing and all this, it all went crazy and all the trucks broke down, right? Yeah, they're still breaking down.
Yeah.
I'm worried it's going to be the same way with this vaccine. I mean, I really don't think that in 5 years, everybody that gets the vaccine or the COVID's going to turn into a zombie. The hell, they might. And if they do, well, I'm going to keep them as pets. But I'm also going to say, told you so.
Well, they don't know stuff, and a lot of what you've been hearing is even after you get the vaccine, you can still get COVID anyway.
And how is that possible if they say if you get COVID, you're immune for 3 months because you carry the antibodies? But it only lasts for 3 months. How can you get the shot and still get it, right? They don't know anything. It's all conjecture.
It's all lab rats. We're everybody getting it. Like I said, I have family that's got it. I ain't mad at you if you get it. That's your right. But it should also be my right to not get it.
1 year VA forced me. They encouraged me strongly to get the flu shot because I've been feeling poorly. And I got the flu shot and thought I was going to die that winter unless they gave me the flu so bad.
My grandmother was the healthiest woman I've ever met in my life. Never sick. Never. Not even stuffy noses, headache, nothing. She wasn't sick. She got a pneumonia shot 1 year because she listened to her stupid doctor, and within a week, she was in the hospital with walking pneumonia. And she never, most people get a cold or stuff in the winter. She never got nothing. walking pneumonia after the. It was coincidence, of course. Coincidence.
Never came home.
Yes, she did.
Oh, she did?
Well, yeah.
Well, I know she died at some point.
Yeah, that was years later.
Oh.
Trying to kill off poor grandma.
Oh, that was the leg surgery, right?
Yes, that was after she got the leg
They
surgery.
had her get the leg surgery. Come on, get the leg surgery, Grandma.
Yeah, she was 80-some years old and told her she should have surgery to replace her knee, and she never recovered properly from that.
But they got paid though, didn't they? That's a
They
whole
sure
different
did.
story. But anyway,
But no, the pneumonia she got better from. Like, she had never been sick, so she got that shot, and that's what all the doctors will tell you. If you look online, men will say it more than women, that the women are like, oh, we have to do what the doctor says because we want what's best for the kids, and if you don't do it, you're a bad mom. There's men online that will say their kids were talking and walking and potty trained and perfectly happy,
wait a
healthy
minute,
kids.
I know, but we really don't want to jump into that pool.
Well, it's still the same
It's the same
difference.
difference, I
If
know.
you choose to vaccinate your kids, that's fine. But I still don't think it should be mandatory that you do.
So,
Same way with adults.
so everybody can join our Mennonite church we started up, right?
Well, are you going to start up a Mennonite church, or are you going to call it your own religion?
We
Is
can
it
start
you?
our own. But if we did, we'd have guns, so it'd be like the Church of the Living Gun. Oh my gosh. I'm
You can
starting a
call it
religion.
whatever you want.
Can we do have outrageous things? Oh no, we're not getting no Kool-Aid. Bye-bye.